So I think I've told you about Ricky Bobby Ray, Bobby Ray Ricky, and Ray Ricky Bobby, how they always like to work on cars. Well, there was a very good reason, because almost every car they had was always had something jacked up. Like they had this Jeep one time. It didn't have reverse or brakes. So the Jeep blew up and was added to what was quickly becoming a junkyard behind the trailer. Now, Ray Ricky Bobby's uncle died and left him a 1970 Monte Carlo. The 1970 Monte Carlo had a 454 big block in it. It was capable of going a 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds and could propel a 4,000-pound car at 130 miles per hour. So, Ricky Bobby Ray Ricky, and Ray Ricky Bobby, they all decided to do the only logical thing in their mind. They stripped this Jeep down to its frame. Like the only thing left on it was the steering wheel, the gas tank, the tires, and they stuck this 454 in this frame. Now you got to get some context here because you're talking about a motor that can propel a car that weighs 4,000 pounds over 130 miles per hour into a 600-pound frame. And of course, they didn't fix the brakes. They did add the headlights though, because I guess they wanted to see what they was going to hit. So when I tried to point out the obvious to Ricky Bobby Ray, I was like, "How are you going to stop the thing?" He just pointed at the hill, and it was like, and it hushed me. Like that scene in Dr. Evil, whenever he was telling Scott, to zip it, when he was talking about, putting Austin Powers into something easily escapable death trap, Well, he just, every time I would say, like, well, what if you're on flat land? And he would just point to the hill and be like, hush me. I was like, all right, as a kid, I was like, I knew that was a bad idea. So they finally fired this thing up. And as soon as they stuck it in drive, like it was idling like 45. I mean, it was just jumping up and down on the tires. And so they get the bright idea to all jump in it. And there's railroad tracks across the way with a creek, where a creek ran underneath it, so a tunnel. Well, this thing had like 15-foot banks. So they had the bright idea they was going to hide from the law. They went up underneath the creek. And then you could hear them over there just raising hell, just ripping and roaring. Well, Mom, of course, wouldn't let me go because she said they're going to kill themselves, So I'm sitting here playing, and I hear this god-awful roar, and this thing comes flying across the railroad tracks like the General Lee on Red Bull or something, and then they hit these trees. So me and Mom, we're heading down that way, sure that one or all three of them are dead. Well, they come pushing this daggone thing back, and it's like steam. It's probably a good thing they blew it up on the first day they had it, because it was eventually going to be the death of one or all three of them.